Sign up now at soapnet.com.
Give me that letter. Give me the letter, Dee.
Are you okay? Look, did you hurt yourself, Frank?
Look, just give me the letter.
Look, I didn't want you to fall,
please.
Frank.
Then you should have given me the letter, Dee. That letter's addressed to me.
That letter's from Jill.
Doesn't matter who it's from. It's mine.
Look, she said she wouldn't try to contact you. Now, I thought this was over, Frank. And I forgave you.
Just give me the letter. You have no right reading that. It's mine.
You're mine. You're my husband now, Frank. And we shouldn't have secrets from each other, right? She shouldn't have written this letter. Because it was over. Not after what I said at the district leaders' meeting. Not after I saved your career.
Just give me the letter!
You're tired. And I'll read it to you.
No.
Dear Frank, Christmas was lovely and sad without you.
Please, Dee.
Oh, poor Jill. I'll always miss you and regret we couldn't be together, but I know now that will never happen. For the last 3 years, all my planning has been in terms of us. Now I must start a new life, and painful though it is, I cannot share that life with you. Please try to understand that if we see each other, it will only be harder for me. This is the most painful thing I've ever had to do. Please don't make it any more difficult for me than it already is. Don't call me or try to see me. My love always. Jillian. I thought it was going to be a love letter.
Can I have it now, please?
You and Jill hurt me so much for the past 2 years. Look, all I wanted to be was be a good wife. Frank, I just thought she was going to take you away from me again.
Dee.
You were trying to reach her. She said you couldn't see her, so you tried to call her. Am I right? Am I right, Frank? Now, that was very mean. Because I'm trying. I know I've done a lot of things wrong, but I'm trying to make it up to you. You promised you would try. And all you want is Jill.
Dee, it's over. You've won. I'm not going to call her or write her. What more do you want?
Look, I just want you to love me now. I know I can be a wonderful wife to you. I know I can make you love me more than you've ever loved me before. And we can have wonderful times together. I know I could make you love me more than her. And we could be very happy. Very, very happy.
We're gonna be happy for a long time.
This week,
it would be wrong to marry someone and keep any secrets from him.
will Brenda tell the truth about her baby? And
Missed you, baby.
can Michael save Abby?
Michael, Billy, somebody help me!
Watch General Hospital, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
Next week on All New View's Real Housewife of Beverly Hills, Camille Grammer, Kelsey's ex, speaks out. Then Red, White, and View with potential Republican presidential candidate Mitt Romney.
I'm keeping the door open.
And Ricky Martin is back next week live on All New Views on ABC.
You know how it is. You look in the mirror one day and you go, how am I gonna lose this weight? eDiet's meal delivery from eDiets.com. It's the easiest, smartest, most delicious way to eat great and finally lose the weight. I know you're thinking, eat great and lose weight? Really? Really.
You'll love the food. There's no MSG, no fake sugars.
The food tastes fantastic.
It's awesome.
Very delicious.
It tastes wonderful.
Call now or go to eDiets.com. Choose from over 100 fresh prepared meals, not dehydrated diet food, but really delicious food. eDiets will deliver your favorite meals and snacks in a chill fresh container.
All you have to do is relax, enjoy, and eat great, all the way to slim.
I lost 115 pounds.
65 pounds.
25 pounds.
94 pounds.
Along the way, eDiets.com gives you real support.
Terrific online tools, access to registered dietitians and trainers, and friends who care about your success.
They're there with you to hold your hand, and they really care.
Truthfully, I like everything about eDiets.
I've lost 30 pounds. All of a sudden, I find myself a changed person.
Hey, I made it to 50 pounds, and look at me now, I'm 60 pounds.
Millions of people have turned eDiets.com to lose the weight. Now it's your turn.
Call or go to eDiets.com and sign up for 7 full days of meals, 3 meals per day, fresh prepared just for you, plus snacks. So don't wait. Join eDiets. Eat great food and lose weight fast.
I believe that eDiets can change people's lives.
My husband will often say, "You're the hot wife." That's just boosted my confidence a lot.
eDiets has changed my life forever.
Call to find out how you can get 1 week of meals absolutely free. That's right. 1 week of fresh prepared food, 1 week of weight loss, 1 week of success, free.
Free? What are you waiting for? Call or go online to get started now.
Call 1-800-279-1604 or visit eDiets.com now.
Happening. Dad is upstairs right now talking with Seneca Bolak.
Is he now?
He's telling him the whole story.
Well, what'd you expect?
But why does he have to say anything? No one will blame him if he keeps quiet. He's ruining my career, Jill.
He is talking to Seneca because he feels he has to. Because his position in this hospital obliges him to, and you know that perfectly well.
I knew I was wrong to come in here. You don't care.
You know, just in case you're forgetting, it isn't all about you. I mean, Dad is talking to Seneca about Frank and myself just as well.
I'm sorry, Jill.
Are you? How sorry?
But it's not the same thing. I'm going to be publicly disgraced.
Oh, you will get used to it. I have.
I'll never be chief resident. Hell, I won't even be here next year. Seneca Bolak's a tough man. I wouldn't be surprised if he fired me outright.
Roger.
And how will it look? How will I explain it? When I go looking for a job at another hospital, how am I going to answer when they ask, "Oh, Dr. Coleridge, why did you leave before your contract expired?"
Now, you don't know that that's going to happen.
What I did had nothing to do with my ability as a good surgeon. I am a first-rate surgeon, and everyone in this hospital knows that.
There is a moral clause in your contract.
I might scrape through if Dad goes to bat for me.
Oh, I wouldn't count on that.
I've done valuable work here at Riverside. But I don't see how I can get a job at a good hospital with a good reputation. They won't even care if I'm a good surgeon.
The love affair between Roger Coleridge and Roger Coleridge.
Please, don't say that. Now, I might not have the right to ask for it, but I want your help, Jill. Now, my contract expires at the end of June, and I'm going to have to fight to keep the hospital to honor that. I'm not going to let Dad or Seneca Bolak or anyone take that away. Now, you're the hospital lawyer. Can they force me out before June?
I'm not sure.
Do I have anything to fight with? Please, Jill.
Roger, I don't know the details of your contract. I mean, I would have to look it up and study it.
But you must have some idea.
If Seneca decides to invoke the morals clause, then he has no obligation to keep you on until your contract expires.
No obligation.
That's why there is a morals clause in the contract, so the hospital can get rid of undesirables, which in this case, I'm afraid happens to mean you.
Unless I'm mistaken, that's Seneca Bolak calling for me right now.
Thank you for coming so promptly, Roger. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I've just been talking with your father, and I'm extremely upset by what he had to tell me.
Yes, well,
Your father informed me that you've been playing the horses, and that you've run yourself severely into debt.
Yes, sir.
That you've been a part of blackmail?
Well, it wasn't exactly. It was a loan, Dr. Bolak.
It was blackmail. And to make matters worse, you stole $6,500 from a patient in the emergency ward, and then lied on an official hospital report, denying you had any information about the money. Gambling, stealing, blackmail, falsifying reports.
But Dr. Bolak, my ability as a good surgeon has never been questioned here.
That is not the issue.
Well, don't you think it should be taken into consideration? I've done my internship at Riverside. I'm in my second year of residency.
Roger, I'm not going to argue with you.
Well, you have to see my point of view.
I didn't bring you here to debate your behavior. I brought you here to let you know what I've decided to do. And let me tell you, nothing you say will make me change my mind. When does your contract with this hospital expire?
June.
Good. That'll give you a chance to make other arrangements, because your contract will not be renewed in June. My first reaction on hearing about your behavior was to dismiss you immediately. But your father is a valued and a respected member of the staff of this hospital. And out of respect for him, and for him alone, I've decided to let you stay on until the end of your term.
You're ruining me.
Am I? I don't think so. You're a very good surgeon. Perhaps you'll go on from this and become a responsible human being as well as a good surgeon.
But my ability as a surgeon should certainly count for something.
Now, you listen. Only you are to blame for this, Roger. It's your behavior that's led me to this decision and nothing else. Now, the medical profession demands a certain degree of morality above and beyond other walks of life. If a member of this profession displays a lack of moral responsibility, I think the profession is better off without him. I find your behavior totally unacceptable. And the fact that you've attempted to defend it here today leads me to believe that you have no idea of the gravity of your actions, or the meaning of medical ethics. You may go.
A mysterious man.
You painted a portrait of me. How did you get this photograph?
And a new mystery begins.
Todd and I moved on. He's got a new life and a new face.
Maybe the question you should be asking is, do you know Todd as well as you think you do?
Watch One Life to Live, weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 9 on SoapNet.
Let's give a warm welcome to Martha Borst.
Take a look at these hands. That's rheumatoid arthritis. They've experienced the pain of turning a key and the frustration of trying to button a blouse. And they're the reason I had to ask myself, am I settling for how I'm living with RA? Or could I get more out of the life I'm living? Settling or living? What about you? Go to realraliving.com or call this number to get information that could help you see where you stand with your RA. The truth is, RA isn't going to go away. But it doesn't have to stand in your way. Go to realraliving.com. Call this number. Don't let the fear and frustration of RA decide your future. Get the facts. When it comes to your RA, are you settling or are you living?
Now join Martha Borst for a webinar created for RA patients like you.
Who's coming and who's going? SoapNet has a status update on your favorite stars. On General Hospital, just before he hosts the Academy Awards, critically acclaimed actor James Franco returns to wreak havoc in Port Charles.
I'm a whack job, ask anyone.
Carrie Payton is now on staff at General Hospital as Dr. Terrell Jackson.
So it seems.
House hunter Suzanne Wang is Carol Chang, wedding planner.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
And on One Life to Live, General Hospital's Ted King is moving to Landview.
Quick.
Keep up with the latest status updates on SoapNet.
My recommendation that with the approval of Dr. Westheimer, no further action be taken
Am I
in this matter.
interrupting?
Hello, Jillian. What is it, Dee?
Surprised to see me.
Yes,
huh?
as a matter of fact, I am. Well, I really hope it's a pleasant surprise. Look, Dee, this can't be very pleasant for either one of us, so why don't you get to the point and get it over with? Okay, I will. Just wanted to give you this. Frank gave it to me, and I thought I would give you an answer in person. Frank gave this to you? Surprises you, huh? You didn't think that Frank and I were so close. See, we don't have any secrets between us anymore. We're really husband and wife again. Well, I hope you'll both be very happy. Is that all? No, I really have a lot of time. You see, Frank is resting and Maeve is taking care of little John. I'm really in no hurry. Well, I'm sorry, Dee, but I have work to do. You know, you're very lucky that you have a job. Because you don't have Frank. See, I wasn't so lucky. I didn't have a job, and I had to stay home all the time, and I'd take care of the house, take care of little John, clean up, do a lot of housework, iron Frank's shirts while the two of you were out having fun. Delia, that is all over now. Yeah, I know it is. See, I just came by because I wanted to thank you for leaving Frank alone. You know, I read your letter, and I think you did the right thing because, Frank made his decision already. You know, maybe it's because I saved his career. It's very funny in the long run, you know, you're the one who lost out. Are you finished? Almost. You know, I really thought that you were going to try to get him back for you. You know, I thought maybe Jill misunderstood and she's going to try to seduce Frank. I was very glad that you didn't. It would have been a big waste of time. See, in your letter, you were very sensible about it all. Look, Dee, I really have to get back to... Yeah, you have to go back to your work. Poor Jill. All the fun is gone right out of your life. All you have left is your work. You know something? That makes me very happy. I hope you have a lot of long, lonely evenings. I hope you finish work and you come home and you're miserable. I'm gonna call security. Because I've been miserable for 3 years. And I think it's about time that you felt what I've been feeling. You know, when you come home and you get in bed alone, why don't you think about Frank and me together? Dee, that is enough. Day after day, I had to look at the two of you. And it hurt me. And it made me sick. Now Frank and I are together. And you're alone. All alone. You know, I want you to know one thing. When Frank and I are together, it's wonderful, Jill. Fine. It is. Oh, Dee. If things are so terrific between you and Frank, you wouldn't have to come here and tell me about it. You wouldn't need to. Look, I, just don't want you making a fool of yourself, you know, coming around the house and chasing him and everything like that. It's just a waste of your time. I'm not going to chase Frank. I never did. And I'll tell you something else. I'm not going to see him again. Because I care about him. And I want what's best for him. Well, I'm very glad that you decided I was better for him. Oh, I don't know that that's true. In fact, I'm sure that it's not. But I do know one thing. If Frank is going to be a good and effective councilman, things have to stay the way they are. And I'll tell you something else. I don't believe for a moment that Frank gave you that letter. He did. Oh, no, he didn't. As a matter of fact, it wouldn't surprise me if you read all his matter and anybody else's that you could get a hold of. That's silly, Jill. Is it? Oh, I don't think so. You're worried, Dee. Worried that I'm going to go to Ryan's New Year's Eve party and drag Frank out under my arm. No. Well, I'm not. But I'm not staying away because of you. I'm staying away because of Frank. And because of what's good for him. And I'm really sorry. Sorry that things aren't good between the two of you. They are good. I doubt that. As a matter of fact, they must be pretty bad if you come running over here and telling me all kinds of stories. I'm not telling you stories. Frank loves me. For his sake, I hope he can.
He can. And he does.
Let me tell you one more thing, so you'll know it for sure. I haven't lost Frank. I doubt that you can understand that. But what Frank and I had, you can never take away. You can never say you won. Because it's ours, Frank's and mine, and you can say no, no, all you want. But you'll never have that, Dee. Because that's a part of Frank and me. And you'll never have it. It's ours. Forever.
Next, take a trip to the Upper West Side on Ryan's Hope. Later, spend some time in Genoa City with the Young and the Restless. Only on SoapNet. People are talking about General Hospital's Lucky and Siobhan. D. Hunter Roscoe posted on Facebook, "Finally a love for Lucky. He and Siobhan are great together." Charlotte May adds, "This is great. I hope it works out for these two." Laura Bruno says, "Men are always sexier when they're happy and in love." And Lori McPherson Draper sums it all up. "They are just the cutest couple. Way to go, GH. I love this storyline." People are talking about General Hospital. Weekdays on ABC and weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.
Flex versus the other guy in the side-by-side. When it comes to preventing rips and tears, the leading bargain bag is no match for Glad Force Flex.
Ring, ring.
Progresso.
I look great in my wedding dress with the help of your amazing light soups.
Now we're adding even bigger pieces of white meat chicken. Oh, so when's the big day?
Oh, we got married years ago. But the point is, I fit in it.
Well, good for you.
Progresso, you gotta taste this soup.
Presenting my 3 little stain makers. Between them, I've seen every kind of tough laundry stain you can imagine.
I hear you, girlfriend. I'm Deba from girlfriendology.com, and I want to share big news from our friends at Biz. Biz now has a powerful new blend of enzymes called Enzymix that supercharge your detergent. And check out these new blast packs. Toss one in with your detergent to lift stains away.
Visit BizStainFighter.com for a $2 coupon.
She's been a friend, the mother of your children, a soulmate. Isn't it time to let that special someone know exactly how you feel? Give her the gift she always wanted. Give her a polio vaccine.
It's perfect.
Whatever cause you're passionate about, give it as a gift at changingthepresent.org.
It's time, Erica. Choose a door.
Choices, they are life's constant. Anything is possible, right? The choice to be brave. I have breast cancer. The choice to turn back. I feel like I'm way out of my league. But when life doesn't turn out the way you hoped.
Something awful is going to happen here.
Am I dead? You wonder, did you ever really have a choice? Am I married?
No one gets to see their future. That's not how this works.
The shocking new season.
I need to know.
Being Erica. All new Wednesdays at 11. Only on SoapNet.
It's a farewell event you don't want to miss. ABC Daytime and SoapNet salute Broadway Cares, the grand finale celebration. For one final amazing night, catch the stars of All My Children, One Life to Live, General Hospital, and The View on Broadway in New York City.
Thank you so much.
This is the final Broadway Cares performance ever, so don't miss your last chance to see this special event, Sunday, March 13th. ABC Daytime and SoapNet salute Broadway Cares, the grand finale celebration. For ticket information, go to abc.com or soapnet.com.
Oh, I'm sorry. I spilled everything.
No, it's all right. You didn't spill it all.
Look, I'm sorry. Look, I heard you got mugged. Doesn't look so bad.
Well, needless to say, I've felt better, Dee.
Well, look, the holidays are coming along, and maybe that'll cheer you up. You are coming to Ryan's New Year's Eve party, aren't you?
Well, that's a pretty dumb question, Dee. Now, how can I do that?
Why not?
Because I'm not exactly sure that I'd be welcome, that's why.
Well, maybe not. Look, are you mad at me or something? I mean, you sound like you are.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have snapped like that. I've got a lot of things on my mind. Well, what brings you to the hospital? I thought you'd be home with dear old Frank.
Well, I went to see your dear old sister. You know, you might not think that we have anything to talk about, but we really do. You know, I don't think you like Jill very much.
Of course I like her, Dee. She's my sister.
Strange. Because you just don't treat her as if you like her.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Well, after you found out about the affair, you used that to get money out of Frank. And then later on you went to Nick Szabo and told him all about them.
I didn't do what I did because I disliked her. That's not why I told Nick. I had to, Dee. I was in it up to my neck. I never intended to hurt her. She's the one person in my family that I get along with. Faith detests me. And Dad...
Oh, so maybe it was Frank that you wanted to hurt. What is it? You don't like Frank?
Of course I like him. We've known each other a long time.
So you blackmailed him. And then you nearly ruined his career.
It wasn't blackmail. It was a loan. If I hadn't told him what I knew about Frank and Jill, Nick would have had my hands broken. I'm a surgeon, Dee. That would have ruined my life.
So you nearly ruined his life, didn't you?
Oh, come on. I didn't do anything so terrible. I haven't lied or cheated on anybody. I got in a little debt, and I had to borrow some money from a friend, that's all. Frank's the one who's lied and cheated. He's the married man who's been carrying on an affair. He's the one that's been doing wrong. If he'd been faithful to you and stayed away from Jill, nothing would have happened. That's not my fault.
Look, I didn't say it was your fault, Roger.
And besides, what's the end result? Frank turns out to be the all-conquering hero. You've forgiven, the city council forgives him. Now he's the golden-haired boy of Riverside again. And what about me? I've lost just about everything, including my career.
I don't understand. What do you mean?
My father, full of some old-fashioned interpretation of medical ethics, told Seneca Bolak the whole story.
Oh.
I just saw Dr. Bolak, and when my contract expires in June, I'll be out.
Well, I'm sure you can find a job in some other hospital.
Well, if they ask a lot of questions, it's going to be very difficult finding a job in a decent hospital.
I guess it was because you gambled, huh?
If Frank hadn't been carrying on an affair with Jill, none of this would have happened.
But you still would have had a debt.
I was having a run of bad luck. I just had to hold out and everything would have been okay. Now, why are you asking all these questions, Dee?
I don't know. I guess I'm just curious. You see, because if things had worked out differently, and they had accepted Frank's resignation and Jill and Frank stayed together, I might have hated you.
And now?
I feel very sorry for you. You really got the bad end of it, didn't you? Poor Roger. Look, I don't want to hold you up any longer. See you soon.
Yeah. See you soon. Why not?
In Port Charles, revenge is a priority, relationships are disposable, and good medical care is a necessity. Keep up with this fast-paced city with an all-new episode of General Hospital, weeknights at 10 on SoapNet.